Video Souls is a game that runs directly on YouTube videos, and today I'll be showing you how to make your own custom levels so that they show up in the community levels page here. So to get started, you'll want to record or find a YouTube video. I'm going to use one from the Video Souls official channel that we recorded just the other day. I'll copy the link here and paste it in the new custom level box. Once you hit edit custom level, you'll be thrown into this editor here. And the first thing I'll want you to notice is this show controls button over here. This is going to be the source of your reference for how to use this editor here. And right off the bat, you can press space to play or pause the video.
Do you hear that?
So I just started playing the video, and you'll see this bar down here, just like a YouTube video, controls the playback. And you can click at various points to move around in the video. But it's not exactly like a YouTube video bar because we also want to be able to zoom in and out. So if you scroll, you can scroll through this, in a video editor it would be called a timeline. And that is nice because you can make fine-tune changes to your level here. If you want to make fine-grained changes or less fine-grained changes, you can hold down Control and scroll to change the zoom level of the timeline. So if I hold down Control and scroll, I'm zooming way in on here. And if I scroll backwards, then I'm going to see the whole timeline at once. So this is the full video from start to finish.
Right now.
Great. So the main thing you'll want to be doing when you edit these videos is to be adding attacks. But to start off with, you'll see that we already have some blue elements here on the timeline, and those are called attack intervals. So every Video Souls level starts with an intro. This is like the intro animation to the whole fight. Then it'll have one or more of these attack intervals. For this tutorial, we're going to be keeping it simple and just use one for the entire video. But you can have more, and the boss will be able to have AI that way. It'll switch between these different intervals of video. That's more advanced, so we'll just keep one. And then finally, every Video Souls boss has a death animation. We're going to go ahead and put that death animation here at the end. So let's figure out where Tessa here does her little death animation. Should be at the end of the video, if it'll ever buffer. There we go. So right here, I'm going to start using some of these key commands to jump around. So J and L will do a half-second jump. And you can see right about here, she starts to fall over. And I'll play that back. And then I'll do some fine grain adjustments with M and dot. So she just finished an attack and she's decided she's had enough. And then I'll drag that death starter marker there. Great, so now we have a clean death animation that'll play when the player wins the level. Let's find where the end of the intro is.
Do you hear that? A creature approaches right now.
And that's a good place for the intro to stop. So I'm going to drag that interval there. And this 0 will be everything in between. This will be when the player is actually getting attacked. Okay, so on to the interesting part, adding the actual attacks so that the game knows when the player should be attacked. So I'm going to press play, and that right there was already an attack. So that happens so quickly, let's move the intro back a little bit. That way the player will have more time if they have a very slow fight and end up looping back to the beginning.
A creature approaches right now.
And Tessa is very fast, so do you see the speed bar at the top here? I'm going to go ahead and lower that so that the speed of the video is lower so we can add this attack precisely. Bam, okay. See right there where her arm crosses the center of the screen? That's about where you want to force the player to block an attack. And the way we're going to do that is, just like if we were blocking the attack in the game, we would hold the direction of the attack and press K. And when I did that, you'll see that down here, little pin appeared on the timeline here that says that there's a diagonal attack from the top right happening at that time. So when the player, let's go into the playtest button. If you press this button right here, you'll get to playtest. When the player gets to that point,
A creature approaches right now.
they will have to defend the attack. Just like that. And I did a poor job blocking it, but the timing seemed right. Great, so I think that's the basics. To finish editing this level, I would go through and add all the rest of the attacks here. See, like this one is from the left, so I'm gonna hold left and press K. Another one comes on. And if you ever need to delete these elements, you can click them and press backspace, or you can drag them around as well. Finally, you can also add critical attack hits. So let's go find when Tessa exposes her belly here. Maybe when she gets dizzy. Yeah, here. And I will be pressing O. Let me show the controls panel again. O for adding a critical attack opportunity. So here the players could get some extra damage by holding no directions. If you hold a direction and press O, that'll be a directional critical attack opportunity. All right, I think that's just about it. For really advanced people, after you export level with this top left button, and it'll copy the level data to your clipboard, you can also edit the JavaScript, and there is documentation here for the custom JavaScript, and that'll allow you to change the AI based on those attack intervals that I mentioned before. But for a normal person, you know, you have finished mapping your level and you are ready to share it with your friends. You can either just give them the custom level and they can paste it right in here and then hit play to play the level.
Wait a second.
Or you can share it with the whole world by going to the community levels page, clicking here. And then this is a third-party site that we're using to store these levels. You'll need to log in with an account. And then what you'll be able to do is make a post like this one, where you can write a description of the level and then put a bunch of lines. So if I click edit on this one, you put some number of dashes. I think it needs to be like 4 at least. And then after the dashes, you put that level data from before. So you would paste it in here. And then the game will be able to parse that and show the level here. If you press refresh, it should show up. And if you have problems, then you can post an issue on this page, or just say, "Hey Oliver, it's not working," sad face, something like that. Okay. If you have any questions, comment down below. I hope this was helpful, and if anyone makes any levels, I'll be very excited. Bye-bye.